The military army, in fact, targeted Nemesio Osquera, known as El Mencho, which is the drug pin, the leader of this group, this Jalisco New Generation cartel. We understand it happened in the early hours of this morning. It was an operation initially to recover him, but we understand that what ensued was shooting. Residents, for example, nearby described the sounds of this shooting. He was then airlifted, injured, we understand, brought here towards Mexico City, but actually died on the way. He's among 7 people that died. We understand as well police injured, as well as others remain injured in hospital as well. This is what one resident had to say, what they could hear as the shooting occurred.
We started hearing a series of really loud booms and also what sounded like gunshots, and it turned out both were true. Very surreal in that there was constant explosion, constant siren sounds, but
Now, we also understand that the US was involved in terms of intelligence gathering. We heard, for example, from the Mexican embassy in Washington posting on X. They said that in addition to central military intelligence efforts, complementary information was provided by US authorities within the framework of bilateral coordination and cooperation with the United States. Now, in terms of how the situation is on the ground, we understand as well that we've already seen violence from the cartels in retribution, particularly when it comes to burning out cars, seen as a way, for example, of blocking roads and preventing further military operation. We're also hearing about the sound of gunshots as well. And the US Embassy, for its part, warning citizens to shelter in place as far away as Cancun, which is the other side of the country. So this does seem to be indeed a very volatile situation and something that has been spreading across Mexico this afternoon.
And Katie, what is the Jalisco cartel? How much of a danger do they pose?
They're very significant. They started back in 2009. Earlier this year, President Trump declared them as a terrorist organization. They are seen as performing spectacular attacks with drones, rockets, grenades. Just back in, for example, in 2020, they performed a very significant attack here in the capital city, trying to bring down the head of police of the state. A very significant operation. We understand as well a $15 million reward was placed on the head of El Mencho by the US authorities, about $20 million reward from the Mexican government as well. So it has been seen as a very significant group responsible for trafficking huge quantities of drugs into the US, including fentanyl, cocaine and methamphetamine.
Katie, how are people there feeling about all of this and what might come next?
I'd say there's really a feeling of trepidation. We've already seen, for example, people taking to the streets as far away as Sinaloa, warning about the potential dangers of this. We've heard as well from Mexico's leader, Claudia Sheinbaum, previously saying that these attacks on the heads of cartels can sometimes then lead to more fractured groups, and that can therefore exacerbate violence further. So there's a lot of fear, a lot of trepidation, and really, as I say, great quantities of people across the country having to shelter in place, not leave their homes as well. The tourist city of Puerto Vallarta, for its part, for example, all ride hailing completely ceased. So there is certainly a sense of fear really here at the moment.
Katie, thanks very much for your reporting on this. That's journalist Katie Silver in Mexico City.